I remember when my mom was alive, she was wise beyond her years. Even though she suffered from a lot of issues, she had wisdom beyond this world. And quite often, I didn't even understand her at the time. But I was thinking the other day about this one instance when we had gone to France, my mom and I, and my kids were little, and I remember her calling up and saying, Kristen, I'm taking you to France for 3 weeks. I was like, Mom, I work and I have 3 young kids and I can't. Who's going to watch the kids? She goes, Kristen, I know we need to go. I go, Mom, thank you so much, but I can't go for 3 weeks. And I sat there and argued with her, and she goes, no. She goes, I know that there's a reason why we're supposed to go. And so everything will work out, Kristen, just do it. I'll pay for everything. And I was like, that sounds good. So anyways, it did work out. We went for 3 weeks. And even though my kids were little, I remember every day at 10 o'clock, the time that I was, in France, 10 o'clock in the morning, I would cry. And I just release a little bit of sadness that I wasn't there with my little kids. And then I'd pull myself back together and be in the moment and just enjoy this wonderful trip my mom and I had planned. So the thing that really, really struck me is we were in France, I think we were in Paris, and we were going into a mall. I think my mom had to buy something or something. And as we're walking into the mall, there was this homeless woman, and she was also drunk. And she was speaking in French, but she was dressed in ragged clothes. She was right by the entrance, and she was just ranting and raving. And you could see she was so drunk, and she was just with her bags and her shopping cart and all that stuff. And for me at the time, that scared me. I didn't want to get too close. I was a little taken back by the whole situation. And I remember my mom, before we went into the mall, she sat there and she turned and looked at her in the eyes, and she put her hands up like this. And she did that for a while, and I was like, for God's sake. I'd be like, for God's sakes, Mom, what are you doing? I was in my head, I was like, let's go. This is super uncomfortable. But anyone who knew my mom, she was just a very beautiful, unique soul. And so I allowed her to do that, obviously, even though I was crawling into my skin. I think I even went into the mall. And then later she came in. And I was like, Mom, what were you doing? She goes, Kristen, I was thanking her. I go, why would you thank her? I go, that was so uncomfortable. She's drunk and she's homeless. She goes, Kristen, I'm thanking her because in this life she chose to be that role in order to teach me and others what that experience looks like. For me not even having to go through that experience, I can look at her and know that is not where I want to go. And so I was thanking her for her sacrifice to humanity, to show us what that means. And I was like, I didn't even know at the time. I was like, wow, Mom, that was really deep. But wow, I'm still uncomfortable. And it wasn't until years later that I really realized the profound impact that had on me. And it kind of chokes me up now because the business that I'm in right now is truly about loving myself and everyone exactly where they're at, and trying to back off the judgment, because I am you, you are me in some form, I am someone else, I am that homeless person is me, maybe in another lifetime or another existence. That person who has cancer could also be me, that healthy and wealthy person could also be me, but that homeless person. And I had a video on this, and I really do try to come to that place quite often in my life when I can't understand why things are happening the way they're happening. And I try to realize that it's all about love. And again, when I think of my mom in a foreign country with this woman speaking a foreign language, who was very scary and unpredictable to me, sat there and did this to her and closed her eyes and said thank you, was profound. So I wanted to share that. Give love even when it's uncomfortable. Give love even when you don't know why. If not coming from your heart, just ask God to come through you and send it, and see how things change. Thank you and have a great day.